Carl and Brendan here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for sure, and it is the big question, which is, as of right now, March 2023, the beginning of March as well, I should say. What three bands are we most looking forward to seeing at Bloodstock 2023? So from the current lineup, that is mostly complete on the main and the second stage. In fact, it might be fully complete. I quite can't remember if they said it was or not, but it pretty much is. The only ones really outstanding is Jägermeister and New Blood stages as well, but I expect a lot of that to be bands I don't know yet. That's the point of those. We'll find them out near the time. So we are going off those two stages, and we're going to pick three bands that we are most looking forward to over the entire weekend, if we could choose from the lineup. I want to preface really this by stating, I guess, there's one here I'm 99% sure we're both going to have, so I feel like that's probably the one I should start with, and if it is one you have, you would have as well, then we'll just both talk about it. So I'll throw it out. It is the Saturday night Sophie stage headliner, Zeal and Ardor.
Yep,
yeah,
same.
Yeah, no secret, big fan of this band. Both are big fans of this band, and in fact, we're screaming for them to be booked at Bloodstock last year, but obviously it didn't occur for whatever reason, and now they are here. And basically, I'm going to this one not even expecting. I believe that this will be one of those were you there shows by the end of it. I think it's going to be that important. It's going to be that big of a deal. It's going to be that much of an impactful show. It is an incredible step up for Zeal and Ardor, a band that has made a good name for themselves, but I feel like they might be stuck at a current level at the moment and need something to help them push over. And whether that means more eyes on them, more ears, people who may never really have got out of the way to check them out, but will because they're at Bloodstock, this is that opportunity. I think and I expect them to treat this like they're headlining the main stage of the festival, because I believe they will understand the importance of what they're doing here this weekend. I think you'd be a fool to miss this. Now, I'd rather you all not turn up at the 10, because I really do not want to not be able to see it because you're all packed in there. But thankfully, the Saturday night main stage headliner is a band that I don't love, so I more than likely will leave early to make sure I'm in a good spot for Zeal and Ardor. I would suggest you do the same. But I do hope the tent is relatively rammed enough to experience and enjoy, even if you're just there to check out a couple of songs. Come see what they're like, understand, and join the fucking cult, man. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, part of me feels like I'm just going to go there and I just want to watch the crowd and see everyone having a wonderful time and just sort of be like, we told you so.
Told you, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Way back when their fucking debut album came out.
Because, they are a band that we've been fans of for a while, and we've been lucky enough to see a fair few times, and, they've never disappointed. So, like, I'm already confident that they'll be fantastic. I believe they will. I mean, their catalog's fantastic for us. They're very good live, so I'm really looking forward to all of those elements of it. But part of it's almost like you're looking for that affirmation almost, isn't it, of seeing the rest of the metal community kind of come out there afterwards going, oh shit, they're the next level, man. They were amazing. And you want to see that because you feel that weird sort of sense of pride, like almost like it's my child, my little infant growing, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited for it for those reasons too. But obviously, but also because I think they will smash it. That's the thing. I think like you said, as long as people come and check it out, I don't think anyone could watch them and come away disappointed. It's one of those bands, I think, like if you come and check it out, you're likely to find enjoyment there, so for me, I think it's phenomenal. I was so happy that they've been announced. So happy that they're in like that slot as well. Happy for them. I hope it's weird with Zeal, because I guess they're not really like a band that you normally sort of say, oh, they're going to do like some sort of mad show because they're a headliner. I don't think that's their sort of style, but
true.
You know what I mean? But it's in the music and in the songs and the atmosphere that they generate on stage and that sort of stuff. So I can't see it being a show that I won't enjoy. So no matter what, I feel like I'm just going to come out of that show having had another fantastic Zeal and Ardor experience. So it's almost as much anticipation and excitement for seeing how other people react to it,
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's up there. So I had to be the first one. Okay, my second one then, and we may not double up on this. So main stage on the Saturday, looking like it's going to be early-ish morning, maybe around midday, is the band Earn. Haven't played Bloodstock quite recently. This is a step up for them to the main stage based on increased popularity. And hopefully by the time they get to Bloodstock, we may even have a new album, or at least new singles from that, an incoming new album. I love Earn. I've always enjoyed what they did. They really blew me away with the debut album. Loved them when we saw them at Bloodstock. And this just, again, it feels, because it could be so important. You know, the main stage is a big fucking deal in itself, but also the time. They're following Seething Akira and before Royal Republic. That makes them a bit of an oddity when you consider what's around them. So that's really exciting in itself. It may be a reason to definitely go over if you want some absolutely headbanging tunes. I feel like they deserve it. I feel like they've earned it already. And I feel like coming in with new music, potentially backing it up as well, it just could be spectacular. So Earn's my second one.
That's cool. So my second one is Walkings, who are playing on the Thursday on the Sophie Lancaster stage. So one of the Thursday bands.
Yeah.
I became a fan of Walkings a few years back of their album Revolution, which I thought was really cool. At the time, like, you know, so we're talking like power metal, you know, some good anthemic sort of stuff. And the album Revolution was really cool because it was like just telling like different sort of battle stories through time. You know, nothing game changing. A lot of people have done it, but they did it well. And I also thought that it was really kind of funny because they wore kind of masks and stuff like symbolizing different warriors from different times, like a Spartan, you know, that sort of stuff. So there was, for all of about 10 seconds, like debate about who some of the members were. And then like the singer starts singing and it's like instantly clear he's a singer from Serenity. So, so there's no way of like, so he's like, oh, he's been unveiled. He's like, oh, how long was he hidden for? But, well, until the intro finished. And then he started singing.
Good
like,
job.
Okay. You know, so, but I really like the album. I think they're really cool. I think it's good, like fist pumpy sort of music. Yeah, they've had a new album out since. They've got, you know, more about the Arturian sort of legend. So they had like a female member join the band as Morgana, and you know, there'll be a bit of stagemanship going on, I think, and all that. And it'll be Thursday night. Historically a drinking night for us anyway. I think they all
are.
Yeah,
We try to say no, ones. But
and yeah, so this will come on at a good kind of happy time, be like nice sort of energetic power metal. So yeah, Walkings for me.
It's a good shout, really, as well, because the Thursday this year doesn't necessarily hold my most exciting things. You know, I'm glad to see Tribe of Ghosts opening on the Thursday and Frozen Solar there as well. But I feel like Walkings will be a nice cap up of that evening, because Skynet, I'm not sure about. I don't really know anything about, to be honest. So yeah. Right, so the third one I've debated over, and I've looked and I'm thinking, okay, there's so many bands I could choose, and I'm like, which one does really kind of like, and even now I'm like, nope, I've decided it is. All right, okay. Sunday, Sophie Lancaster stage. So bit of a story about two plus years ago, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit less than that. I went to see Boss Kilo play at the Boston Music Rooms, and there was a band supporting him by the name of Tusker. And I thought, all right, don't know this band, looking forward to checking them out and so on, kind of thing. And then I watched two people file out on stage, a drummer and a guitarist. And I thought, okay, instrumental. All right, a drums and guitar, that's intriguing and all that. It wasn't instrumental. The drummer drums and sings. Okay, that's cool. That's not impossible and all that. But my fucking God, the amount of noise, the heaviness that Tusker brought with his drumming and his vocals and the guitar, I was blown away. I love Boss Kilo, but all I was thinking about afterwards was Tusker. Enough so that it made me an instant fan. And then, of course, they released Matriarch, their album, and that was a banger as well. And then, less than a year ago, and a few months ago, in fact, the time recording, one of my favorite lineups of all time, Sugar Horse, Tusker, and Conjurer all went out on the road together. And I saw Tusker again, and I got to show my wife Tusker and said, watch this. This is fucking amazing. Watch these two people make more noise than two people should be capable of. But it sounded incredible. They're at Bloodstock. They're fucking at Bloodstock on the Sophie Lancaster stage on Sunday. It looks like they might be on maybe around midday, 1:30, not 12:30 kind of time, based off what we know from previous lineup setups with the 11 o'clock, the third band on. Do not miss this. These guys are immense. I am intrigued, not concerned, but I'm intrigued to hear The tent, if it's not very full, can be a bit echoey. I'm intrigued to see how that meaty reverb sound they've got works in the tent. But fuck me, they're an awesome band. They deserve a lot more attention. So Tuska's my third one.
Cool.
Yeah.
So debating back and forth between
I know, right?
different bands for a while. I'm gonna settle on also on the Sunday, but on the main stage with Decapitated. Polish deathcore band, phenomenal. I think last time I saw them was at Bloodstock as well. God, I don't know when, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
It's around the Anti-Cult album sort of era. Remember the guy's dreads just whipping everybody, man.
I remembered this. I think we were joking and laughing at that.
Yeah, like he kept like his headbanging so crazy with his long dreads, he kept like looking like he was getting in the guitarist way. It was quite funny. But they're a really powerful band, like really, really strong. Just like aggressive deathcore music, it's really fun Sunday afternoon stuff, on the main stage. So should be good.
Yeah, because that Sunday main stage is probably one of my weakest days of this year. They are Following Tribulation, who are a great band, but then you've got Ugly Kid Joe, and I couldn't give a flying fuck about Ugly Kid Joe. Even that one song, I don't care about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just straight. If I was to say something's like a bad lineup isn't a fair thing to say, right? But
of course,
you do it based on your personal taste, right? So when you see a festival or a gig or anything lined up, you want to see as many of the bands that you already know and that are cool as well. And you're like, oh, great. And based on that, for me, this is my personal weakest Bloodstock lineup to date in terms of bands I'm instantly already fans of. That doesn't mean there's not like loads of cool stuff there, loads of stuff I'm looking forward to getting into.
Yeah,
but when I look across the main stage and that, I ain't really got half a dozen bands there I give a fuck about, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
So it does not the end of the world. It's just like you said, Tribulation, Decapitated could have been in there. I'm excited to see In Flames for the first time, just because I haven't seen them before, and I love Melodeath, so I feel like I should see them, even if they turned out to be terrible. I should say, hey, I like Melodeath, so of course I've seen In Flames. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that,
No, but you're absolutely right. Lineups are subjective, because I'm also in the same camp as you. But what might not be so thrilling to us could be someone's dream fucking lineup. But you did just prompt me to ask you a question, and you may not be able to do it off the top of your head. But is there anything off the lineup now, right, that when it was initially announced, or when we first saw this poster X amount of months ago, that you've changed your mind on for the positive, e.g. that you initially were like, I don't really care, but based off a new release or what you've heard recently, that you're like, you know what, actually, I'm looking forward to seeing them?
I guess. All right, not a new release then, but I'm looking forward to might be pushing it. Halloween, because I never really listened to a lot of Halloween, and then we did a track by track, and I enjoyed the track by track. So that made a difference there, right? Devil Driver remains to be seen, because they have a new album coming out, so that
Dealing with Demons too.
Yeah, spark some stuff there. Jesus Christ. Do you know where I suppose I'm more excited about, and this is a nice thing sometimes, is actually if I come away from the main stage. I think there's some cool things at the bottom end of the main stage. I think like a Dead Label being there, and a few bands like that, which I'm like really cool.
Yeah.
It's actually when I get down to some of the bands that we've seen in other places, so like Tortured Demon and stuff like that, I'm really looking forward to seeing a few of those guys.
Dekesis,
yeah.
Skin Failure, Casket Feeder.
Trollfest, I'm imagining Trollfest would be a blast. We saw them supporting Tourist House, I think it was, wasn't it?
God, that's
they were great fun. Yeah, so much so that I went around to their merch and I bought their vinyl. Never played it once.
Of course you don't. Do
you know what I mean? So like, there's a scattering around there and that, like, do you know what I mean? But I don't really remember an awful lot about what they announced back then. I remember them announcing Killswitch.
Yeah.
No,
that's fair enough. I asked it. I waited the question because I already had my answer naturally.
Okay.
That was kind of why, because you'd already mentioned it. And one band that I've changed my tune on heavily, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing them now, is In Flames, and that's based off the fact that the new album is fucking good, really fucking good.
Yeah,
and
it is. Yeah. Yeah, so they have such a huge catalog, like anyway, and obviously they're very influential band in metal, as a whole over their career. So that's like a really cool thing. So I guess they've always kind of been there. That's a band I wanted to see. It helps that the latest album is really, really good.
Yeah.
But I guess even if it wasn't, I don't think it would have changed my mind on the fact that I'm always going to be going to see at least half hour of In Flames because I'm a massive Megadeth fan and I've never seen In Flames, which sounds odd because you just think like they've been around for fucking forever, man. How have I not accidentally ended up somewhere where In Flames were? You know what I mean?
Nope. There you go. That's our 3 bands that we're currently looking forward to seeing the most at Bloodstock 2023. What's yours? Let us know in the comments.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?